Hey, we brought a guy back to Colorado, and he flew business class and had champagne and prawns, and guess what? He didn't do it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I say we send him back, though, because everybody's theory is that he did it to get out of punishment in Thailand.
Yeah,
so let's send him back and let him get his punishment.
God.
He's getting extradited this morning. There's a hearing to send him back here to California for those child porn charges he fled on.
Yeah. How does this turn on? Wait, is there a button back here? On?
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not turn it on? I just plugged it in.
Does that work?
No.
Oh, maybe it's not.
Oh, now. Wait. Try it again.
You said no
Well,
before.
it's still no. Oh, there.
there.
It takes an hour.
It takes a little. It's old technology. You got to boot up.
Yeah. Buddha.
Buddha.
All right, so obviously we'll be talking about that this morning, and we have the guy from Inside Edition to give us his take on the whole John Bonet thing.
I heard some stuff yesterday, and they can't figure out if he's nuts or really smart. Either he's crazy and he was taking credit for it and really thinks he did it, or he just wanted to get out of Thailand, and that was his best bet.
Did you hear, though? Okay, he's been communicating with that guy for 4 years, that professor in Colorado.
The one who did the documentary.
Yeah, the guy that ratted him out in the end. And they played clips of a phone conversation here with that guy, telling how he killed her and going into great detail.
It's creepy. Anyway, all right, so that's what we'll be talking about this morning later on, huh?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Uplifter.
Uplifter! I almost said, you got to take that word off.
Oh, I didn't put that up there.
I know, but you know what I mean? Like, I have that problem where I read things out loud.
I do too.
So on the board, it says the F word, and I will so say that out loud. Is that Brian's writing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian, you can't put that word up there on the board because I have that problem where I read out loud. Heck, nice. All right, and we have the girl who claims that because of me, she was booted off Rockstar, which I don't think is not my fault.
Yeah, if she hadn't talked to you, she'd still be there.
It wasn't my fault. I'm telling you, it wasn't my fault. She was going to go anyway. Whatever. All right, I swear to God, she was going to go anyway. And then we're going to play a game that Stench created.
I had a great game. I got a big bells and whistles for it and everything.
Wow, you do?
Yes, I'm ready to play. It's a very professional, gigantic, maybe next sensation in all of radio.
It's called What the Hell Did Dick Clark Say?
Yep.
That doesn't sound like a very nice
I
game.
just asked to be out of the loop on this one.
Right.
You guys are going to like it, I'm telling you.
You said it was non-offensive, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I trust you.
Everything's fine.
All right. You said it was funny.
It's funny. Everything's fine.
And it's not offensive.
Right.
No.
To me or to you?
Shouldn't be offensive to anybody. You'll laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll have fun. It's a great game.
And then we're going to talk to the guy this morning, although I hear that we're having a little problem with this. We're going to talk to the guy whose tongue was made out of butt tissue.
Yeah, butt cheek, right?
Yeah, butt cheek. Tongue out of butt cheek.
Now he has bad breath.
Did that promo get to play?
I don't know.
I heard it.
Did it?
I
Because
did.
we were worried that the corporate censors were going to get us on that
I
one.
said buttocks.
No, I heard it yesterday. I was like, wow.
Wow, we got the word buttocks
Yeah,
on the air. We're such
wow.
grown-ups.
How did we do that?
Here's my question. We're censored out the ass here.
Yes.
Hey! You can't say that.
You said censored out the ass.
But I have a huge question and a huge problem with this, and I know that stay-at-home moms probably aren't up right now, or maybe they are and they just don't have time to deal with me right now.
Right.
But I have a huge question, and this is crazy. All right, so I'm over at the hospital, and anyway, something bad happened, and I thought we were losing Pearl for a minute, so we all had to get out of the room for the pulmonary people to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they get her stabilized. Blah, blah, blah. So we're still standing out there because they're doing whatever they do, and she has a flat screen in her room, which is sweet.
That's nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So there's glass because it's ICU, and there's glass, and you can see in the rooms. So I look over, and I think for a split second that Pearl is watching porno.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind that she doesn't even see the TV.
Right.
Like, she doesn't see it. She doesn't even know what's going on. So I'm thinking, who put it on a porno channel? Oh, my God, is her dad creepy? Because I really like her dad. I'm like,
right.
freaking out kind of. And this woman is on top of this guy, and the guy has no shirt on, and her boobs are coming out like they're getting ready to, the nipple part is getting ready to pop out.
To explode everywhere?
Yeah, just explosion of
Yeah.
And then her bra straps are down, and they're making out, and he's kissing down on her breastises, and then all of a sudden, like, Jack Wagner or something walks in. It's a soap opera.
Oh, they're kind of nasty. My
man.
wife watches
Kind of
those.
nasty.
Yeah, my wife watches. They prance around in lingerie and.
Please explain to me. I mean, because they're so worried about y'all having kids and listening to this show, and that would take time to explain.
Yeah.
How is it stay-at-home moms watch soap operas with their children? There's so much sex.
I'm of the theory that stay-at-home moms have a little bit of a dirty streak because all the ones I know, you know what I mean, like. Hey, I live in Santa Clarita, home of the swingers. You know what I mean? Those are all stay-at-home moms.
It is crazy, Jack. I was sitting there. I mean, I honestly thought it was a porn on the Bible for like, I'd say 20 seconds.
Yeah, no, my wife,
Wow.
she TiVos those and watches. Sometimes I'm amazed what's on those
What
things.
soap was this? I got set my TiVo.
You know what? I don't know what soap it was
Wow.
because nobody's watching TV. It's just on in the room. It's noise.
I gotta get
stuff.
my TiVo going.
No kidding. Stench, you would totally knock one out. I'm not kidding. I'm not even making it up. It is so
That's funny.
graphic, crazy, and I'm thinking, this is daytime programming. Like, how is it that Janet Jackson got in trouble for her boobie popping out? You should see. I mean, it is graphic, crazy. He's kissing all over her boobies. It's nuts. And I'm like, how do you guys watch that?
Another problem with daytime soap operas is a lot of these people have been on those shows for 40 years.
Yeah.
They have a lot of kind of old guys trying to be sexy, I've noticed. And my wife gets mad when I point that out, but I'm like, that guy's like 60 trying to be sexy with his shirt open.
I know, and but so you have a kid. How do you guys watch that with her? I mean, she's just doing something else.
Well, we have multiple TVs, but the other day my kid, I go, "Where's mommy?" In the back watching soap operas. I was like, how did she even know what that is? But trust me, they're as uninteresting to my kid as they are to me. So she usually goes and watches cartoons in the other room or does something else.
Because they're so worried here. Oh, people have kids in their car, when you guys do the show. And I'm like, well, it's really hard to do a show for a 7-year-old and, a 20, 30, 40-year-old something mom.
Yeah, trying to really whitewash the show out for everyone.
Let me guarantee you that those soap operas, do not worry that you have a toddler in your house.
And that prime time during the day, kids at home, and even if the kids, I know soap operas are still on when kids get home from school. At least little ones get home early.
I'm just trying to figure out how you
I
guys.
have a crossover idea.
Yeah,
the back door Explorer. That way it covers everybody's bases.
I just can't believe it. And when did they get so dirty? I used to watch them when I was a teenager. When did they get so like?
I don't know which way.
When housewives got more and more bored, they had to spice them up.
Because believe me, I am not a prude. But this woman's tits were getting ready to pop out of her. I was looking for Nurple.
You're just sensitive to editing. I mean, this show there's stuff we can't get away with.
They get away with more than Blind Date, which used to be one of my favorite shows that they blur everything on.
How come nobody's talking about, wow, this is wrong, these soap operas, daytime, with the kids in front of the television?
All those old geezer lawmakers, their wives are at home watching soap operas, and if they come after them, hey, there's going to be hell to pay at home.
I mean, and who, obviously Jack's wife still watches them. I was trying to figure out who watches them, but
I wonder that every day because my wife, I mean, she's 28,
right?
And she watches them. I'm like, I think it's mainly old ladies because I don't know anybody else who watches those.
And she's never worried about your daughter looking up at that.
No,
whoever watches them though, every person I know that watches them is like a fanatic, and they'll record. I mean, people
she TiVos them, and we used to VHS them. They're crazy with them.
And then we baited them.
Right. Yeah. Then I transcribe them when they,
the old days. What, reel to reel?
Yeah.
Or whatever that projector.
8mm.
Yeah.
I have a guy friend that watches one.
Oh.
That's a freak about one and watches it. It's the only guy I know, or at least the only guy I know that admits
I don't know of a guy
and he
that
watches
them.
One daytime soap, and it has for
Who is
years.
That? Apple?
No, he's another radio guy here in town.
Really?
Yes.
You should out him.
Yeah.
My God. All right. So I want to know when you moms, if any of you are up, when you moms watch these smut films. All right. Anyway, I know this is just random, but sometimes we just like experience weird things, and then I'm like, I gotta know this one. Okay. So I'm in the hospital, and I'm watching porn with Pearl in the hospital.
Soap porn.
But by golly, it wasn't porn. It was a soap opera geared right toward you stay-at-home moms. And I'm thinking, how the hell do y'all watch that with your kids in the room?
That's a very good question, because we hear all the time, I'd listen to the show in the morning, but my
Right.
kids are in the car.
Right.
And-
So how do you watch that smut with your
Yeah,
kids
exactly.
in the house?
And how do you watch anything with Lorenzo Lamas in it?
Is he
one
in
of
it?
those that my wife watches? I think they just killed him off, but still, it's Lorenzo Lamas.
I don't know what I watched yesterday. Perhaps y'all know what time. It was like around noon, something like that.
Yeah, it depends. There's CBS soaps or NBC
I don't know what
soaps
channel
or-
it was
yeah,
on, but
I
the
don't know.
lady laying backwards and her boobs just. I mean, there was a little bit of a nurple,
Wow.
and the guy was kissing all on him, and then some guy walked through a door, and then pulled the girl back in. I don't know.
Yeah.
She was
That's all
an
I saw.
extra that shouldn't have walked out.
I guess.
They won't add it in soaps.
Maybe
They'll just be
that-
like, go ahead and show it.
Exactly. So I'm trying to figure out how you guys do it. And Jack, I think, my God, we're ready for our
wow.
first calls of the day, even though everybody wants to talk about this right now.
Jamie, Jack, and Stench. First call of the day.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Your new.
They look like sneakers, got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers, got my Vans on.
Crazy cracker! Oh, yeah, crazy cracker!
All right, first call of the day.
right.
Kim, you're the first call of the day.
Thank you.
I'm assuming something pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets something pretty.
All right, Kim, you get something fabulous and pretty and all that wrapped up into one. All right, so try to explain to me how you people watch these soap operas that are so filthy.
I love them, but I'm like a Y&R B&B like your wife, Jack, and I know you'd rather stick needles in your eyes,
Yes.
but they are really hot and heavy. And one time I have it on tape for years because I couldn't believe what I saw. First I saw Camel Toe because you know how they own the fashion company,
Right.
Forrester?
Oh, I
They-
thought the name of the
No.
fashion company was Camel Toe.
No, they own a fashion company.
Oh, okay, because I swear to God. Oh, is that Jabot Cosmetics or something?
Well, Jabot is Y&R, and then Forrester is the other one.
Oh, okay, all right, sure.
Okay, they have the sexiest little outfits on, and just shows everything. And I swear to you, they were having oral, and they showed everything. I mean, him just down in
Oh,
the
yeah,
bed.
Yeah, we get
yeah.
I'm
it.
not gonna get but it was really, really nasty.
We can't talk about
Okay,
it, but they can show it.
Is that the
They
one
can
with?
show it, yeah.
Is that the one with the big old white-haired lesbian lady? There's one of them that they have
Yeah.
the plays like the mom.
That's Mrs. Forrester. That
Okay.
yeah,
Duh,
that's
it's
yeah.
Mrs. Forrester.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But they were showing on soap, that soap
Soap
talk.
Net, yeah.
Soap talk. Michelle Stafford from Y&R was on. She said she was on top of Nick, and her pasties fell off. And he's a married man. And a lot of that stuff does happen, and it is nasty. I was telling my father about it because he was talking about something dirty on a cable. I said, you don't need to watch cable. I said, you just need to turn on Channel 2 at 11:30 to 1.
Wow.
You know what's really good?
Wow.
And being
She's vested.
a straight heterosexual man, I will flip through the channels, and every now and then you'll catch one of those Spanish soaps on.
Those are.
Whoa.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I'll watch for like
Mucho
20 minutes.
bubo.
No idea what they're saying,
And
but it's fun
that
to watch.
guy in a hot tub always has hot chicks on it.
Yeah. I love that soap. Fat guy in a hot tub.
It's more of a talk show, but
Oh,
it is.
right,
I think
right,
it's called
right.
like El Gordo,
In Wado?
Yeah, Caliente Agua or something.
El Gordo Mojado.
Hey, Kim, do you have children?
Yes, I do.
What are their ages?
8 and 12.
So, all right, so they're not home during the day.
No, and if they are, they just walk out
During
of the
the
room.
summer, they
So
are.
you keep it on and they just walk. Oh yeah, that's true. They just walk out of the room.
They say, how could you watch that stuff? It's so boring.
Yeah, I'm with them.
Wow, I can't believe. I'm telling you, that's smut.
It is smut.
It is smut. You're a smutty housewife.
Yes, I am.
Smutty housewives. On today's Jamie, Jack, and Stench show. We're learning a lot about the stay-at-home moms of the world.
They're dirty perverts, way worse than guys.
I tend to kind of agree. I was trying to figure out who the hell watches these soap operas because yesterday I got an eyeful of boobage. And I'm like, damn, these moms, it's geared towards stay-at-home moms. And how are they watching it in front of their kids? And they're so sexy. So,
I have to start watching some of these.
well,
Now I'm intrigued.
I'm just trying to figure out, are we watching these soap operas because we're like, we want to feel sexy? Or, I'm just trying to figure out what that is.
It's like a neighbor type. I think people are into soaps because you snoop on someone else and they have their affairs and all their dirt and you know everything that's going on. It's like a.
And I think my wife watches to just get more upset with me. Because it always ends up with, you're not romantic. Look at what they do.
Yeah.
Well, and that's my question is that, all right, so we have all these smutty housewives who watch these soap operas and whatnot, but then why don't we want to have sex?
Because you're grinding them out during the day. You guys are wore out. By the time the guy gets home, it's like, whoo, I'm exhausted. I've had 3 already today.
Because these women are watching this, but then they don't want to do their own husbands. And then I also know that, I happen to know that our biggest buyer for JamieWhite.com in the vibrator dildo world.
Industry.
Yes, is Orange County Housewives.
Nice.
So I think they're using the products we sell, watching these soap operas, and then you guys come home and we're like, oh no, the children were terrible today.
Right. And there's a fantasy thing involved. Like Jack said, his wife just hates him because he's not romantic, and and we don't look like those guys. Those guys are sexy little beefcakes.
And we don't have the life that they have. If you ever watch a soap opera, these people don't have real jobs. They don't come home with sweaty UPS driver butt and walk in on a soap opera.
No,
they
Lorenzo comes home with fireman ass.
Oh yeah, he comes in with a little dirt on his face.
a little
Yeah.
soot.
A little soot, and then he walks in and takes his shirt off.
He's a fireman, right? Is
yeah,
that what
who
you're
lives
telling
in
me?
Simi Valley. Because
That's
Simi Valley
real?
is where the scummy people live, according to that soap opera. I'm like, Simi Valley's expensive.
It's real, Jack. Lorenzo fights fires.
Okay, but
He just got, by the way, he got caught in a house fire, and I'm not sure if he's going to make it.
You know what? You are borderline that guy that watches soap operas.
I can't get
you're
away
suspect,
from it.
Jack.
Oh, my wife updates me on Lorenzo
but-
Lamas because I hate
And
him
you,
so
you
much.
make
That
fun of
would
me
be
for
mean.
watching reality shows and no
I
one
hate-
gossip.
I don't watch
Well,
them.
you know what? We'll
You
get
don't
your
see-
Lorenzo Lamas update every
Yeah.
day
All right,
from your
because
wife.
she
and you.
does this on purpose. She knows how much I hate him.
Oh.
Here's Rachel. Hi, Rachel. We're talking about smutty housewives, women who watch these softcore porns brought to you by ABC, NBC, CBS, and why it's okay.
And another thing about those that I didn't notice
Yes,
until because
Jack.
I don't watch TV during the day like my wife does. The commercials are always for lubricant. They always have
No.
personal lubricant
that
commercials.
KY that warms them up?
The warming one and the other
Okay,
spray on one.
During the day?
During the day, personal
you guys are
lubricant commercials during soap opera.
Definitely knocking one out during the soaps. That's exactly what you're doing.
Rachel.
Hi, good morning, you guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you watch smut TV during the day?
I do.
Oh, you whore.
I know it.
All right, so I'm trying to understand based on, because I haven't seen a soap opera in years, and I saw one yesterday. What do you do with the kids in the house?
For me, soap time is nap time.
Oh, so you put the kids down and that's when you watch it?
That's right. You hear the music and the kids are like, no. It's nap time.
They know.
They know. And now my oldest one, she's in school now, but when she's home on the summer or whatever, she's like, oh, did so-and-so have their baby, or did so-and-so come back from the dead?
So they do
You know.
watch them
Yeah,
with
they
you.
know.
So when, so I'm assuming she's just now in kindergarten or whatever. But
No, my oldest is in second grade, but, when they start getting all hot and heavy, she's like, I'm going to go play, and she takes off, but...
So they just leave.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
she-
play
she
with my
comes in for
bunny.
updates. Yeah.
So you, while mommy plays with her rabbit. So tell me, why is it now at night then you don't, you watch this smutty stuff and you're so used to it that you have to, the kids go to the other room. They don't even like to watch mommy watch this porn. But why don't you want to have sex with your husband at night?
Oh, I do. It gives me ideas.
Oh, well, that's nice. See?
look.
Oh, wow.
Well, because Jack has a theory that really stay-at-home moms are like horny.
The most
Crazy.
deviant bunch of women I've ever met.
They're
Because
bored.
they're home, they're trapped with the kids, and what goes through their mind are all these deviant, weird ideas. They watch soap operas, and the next thing you know, at night they want to tie people up and spank them. That's my theory.
I think I might be getting. What?
Why are you
Don't let
cleaning like a
him do
freak?
this to you.
No, Jack, I've already started doing it to myself. I think you can catch this disease.
BGB here got crazy because he read an article about.
Well, don't tell him what yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can tell him mostly
Okay.
about germs.
He's crazy about germs, and he's over here cleaning a keyboard. That's what it all comes down to. Is
Yeah.
he's scrubbing a keyboard, and he
Well,
brought
we
in.
have a study.
He brought in a thing for Jamie to clean her phone.
Well, we
I have a special
study.
brush I'll give you two freaks in the next break.
We have a study,
cleaning.
Jack. We have a study that tells us to do this, and not only that, it's just nasty.
We have a
Guys are
study.
crazy.
No, it's. I wonder if you can you catch this disease?
OCD or whatever.
What, the cleany disease?
I think so.
Can you catch crazy?
No, listen, I'm not kidding. Can you catch this? the cleaning.
Like the
disease.
obsession. I think you can watch other people and say, "Hey, that doesn't sound like a bad idea," and get all weird like them.
Because we have this study, and I read it too, and he brought me a wet wipe, and I started cleaning this stuff too, and it's nasty. And
You don't want to be Amy Sugarman, and that's what you're going to turn into.
Yeah, but the germ one? Okay, this is weird.
Stench and I were with Amy this weekend, and we got in an elevator to go to the
I'm not
second
like that.
floor
I don't
of a
care
club.
about the elevator.
One floor, and she says, "Okay, I'll see you up there."
I jumped off a cliff.
I know, but this is how it starts.
No,
Remember,
this is
she's
a different
weird
one.
about
This
that.
is cleaning.
Okay,
one.
but the germ one, it's weird. Everyone I know that
Look
has
at me,
the
I'm
germ
going
one
You're going
is
crazy.
like wealthy.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
is
a wealthy
because
they
don't want to
mental
die.
illness.
Then I better stop
Yeah.
cleaning.
It's rich people.
You can't have the germ disease. You're not some crazy rich bitch.
No,
Right, who's
no, I'm
afraid
not.
they'll
Thanks
die
for
and not
pointing
enjoy
that
their money.
Really? You think it's a wealthy
Us
thing?
poor people don't mind germs.
I think it's that they then
I'm so rich. I'm cleaning.
they
Yeah,
become
exactly.
like over the top, like they don't want to get some weird
I disagree
disease.
adamantly. I think it's something that media does to people.
Like look at Howie Mandel, rich guy, germaphobe.
Yeah, but I think it's something the media does. I wasn't feeling like this till I read that article he gave me.
Donald Trump, rich guy, germaphobe.
But probably also read that, okay, here's how nutty I am, and I will tell you, because every day I go to the ICU,
Right.
And when I come home, not only do I scrub my hands to the elbows with Dawn dishwashing detergent, because I feel like I'm in
Well, this is different. You are around disease there.
infectious disease, but then I take that stuff, the 99% germ rid,
Oh yeah.
and I wipe it all up and down my arms too, and up even like over my biceps because the baby lays on my arm right there. And then I take off all my clothes and change them.
Well, that I'd see it because hospital's the
No, but
dirtiest place in the world.
But isn't that kind of nutty? Kind of nutty.
Or
I get it. You have a new baby at home. I totally
Are
get
you
that
sure
one.
that's
Yeah,
not nuts?
Yeah, no,
That's
Nuts
fine.
is scrubbing the phone here at work.
Yeah.
The one people don't even pick up to talk into.
sitting here with producers Doily wiping down the phone. That's a little nuts.
You wait. I'm gonna take this phone call about smutty housewives, and then you wait. You're gonna read this, and you're gonna get a little creepy. Don't you think about it now about the shopping cart since that 48 hours?
No.
Yes, I wipe down
See, I
shopping
don't-
carts before I put my kid in one every single
See?
time. But at my store, they
You
provide.
don't, Jack.
Nope, not even.
They
and my
provide
kid is
alcohol
very,
wipes.
very healthy. She's been sick maybe 2 or 3 times.
You don't even put that special they
No.
have those little set-in things where they can set in.
Yeah,
No.
no, the cozy.
Yeah.
thing,
See,
no.
but I have like a
It is
Ralph's
a
Fresh Fair by my
baby
house,
cozy.
and right next to the shopping carts, there's a big roll of like alcohol wipes, giant
There's
ones.
a reason
You
because
pull
they
it out
did
and
that
wipe
48 hours,
Uh-huh.
Jack. There's fecal matter.
They
All
al-
those babies have their diapers in that little thing.
They also did
and then
a s-
we put our fruit in that.
Yeah,
That's something to
snot
think
and
about too.
stuff.
They also did a study that said that kids are getting sick more often now because we don't let them play in dirt anymore.
Yeah, but
You know what I
I
mean?
would rather
So-
my kid play in dirt than a shopping cart.
Me too.
Right. But don't you wash your fruit when you get home anyway? So if your fruit is on the dirty diaper seat anyway, you're going to wash it off. And I've heard that in the fields that they don't have very
not your
readily
fruit, it's your
available
kid.
bathrooms, so it doesn't matter.
It's
Well,
your kid sitting in the poo. It's like I'll put my food in there. I know I'm gonna wash that. It's the kid I worry about.
Well, yeah, because the diapers leak and then they put their hands there and then they put them up on those little things.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm not
being in
worried
the
about
balls. You know the balls that like Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
I
that?
wish I could
now
go
the
in.
balls are gross.
I wish I could individually clean all those balls
Yeah. Most places don't have the balls anymore because
they're just a fecal nightmare.
yeah, because kids throw up in them and stuff and they can't clean it up.
Oh, God,
God,
Jack.
Sorry, that's ball reality for you.
Those red, yellow, blue balls.
Exactly.
Wow, we should do like a 48 hours on that, like test
Swab
them.
'em?
Yeah, swab 'em balls. I'm not kidding.
No,
We did
that'd
that
be
with polar
gross.
bears that didn't go well, remember?
Yeah, but we should do the petri dish
Go
of
in-
balls.
I think IKEA still has them. They have a big playroom at IKEA. I think they still have the plastic balls.
God, I'm gonna start seeing all this stuff differently, aren't I? I never
You know
even
which
noticed
one
the
cre-
balls
okay.
in IKEA.
I'll tell you which one I don't let my kid do, and my wife gets on my case.
I really like it at IKEA. You can put your shopping cart on that little elevator.
Oh, it depends which one. Burbank doesn't have the shopping
Oh,
cart
that one
elevator.
out there by the Goodyear blimp does.
The Target on La Brea and what is that? Santa Monica has that. Though.
I'm a little intimidated by it, I must admit, and I haven't done it yet.
What happened to Smutty Housewives?
Oh,
you
right.
bastards?
But wait, he was
I
telling me a
gonna-
story, yeah.
The habit trail for kids at McDonald's or Burger King Playlands,
Yeah.
I won't let my kid go there because nobody climbs in that tube and scrubs it. And we saw, my daughter and I were at McDonald's sitting in the table, and we saw a mom pull her kid who peed in there out. And they don't scrub that down.
I'm sure most McDonald's scrub
Yeah.
theirs to death and
Yes,
keep them really
Jack.
clean.
All right. I'm just telling you, I don't let my kid in any habit trail.
Just any.
Yeah,
Not specifically
No,
any.
Burger King has them. They
Right.
all have them.
That Jack in the Box one is
In-N-Out doesn't.
crazy.
In-N-Out doesn't even have seats. That's really clean. You got to drive through that place.
Here's Angie, and she's part of the Smutty Housewives.
Yay, Smutty Housewives!
Reunion show.
I'm no housewife.
No,
I watch my soaps at work.
Wow, where do you work? That's sweet.
I work at a small machine shop, and I've worked here for like 20 years. So when the new owners came in, I just kind of put
foot down.
Well, no, not really.
I will watch soap operas.
Yeah, and grind one out in the break room.
Oh, you had to go there.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
All right, so
Men watch porn for one reason.
Yeah.
Why do women watch soaps, which is softcore porn?
You know what? I don't know. It's like an addiction. I've watched it for like 25 years since I was in high school, and it's just a weird thing. And my mom watches it, and we talk about them like they're real people. My husband makes fun of us.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Which one do you watch?
I watch the 8 ABC ones.
Oh.
That's another thing. People
Susan
are
Lucci or
they're
whatever.
loyal to their network and
Yes.
stuff. Like my wife only watches CBS.
I used to watch
I don't know why.
Young and the Restless a long time ago, but
Oh, yeah.
I had to get over at least one.
Right, yeah. Yeah, those Abbotts are nuts.
Yeah.
You guys know
Are
way
they
too
still the
much.
Abbotts?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
That's cool. Look at you.
I just remember those
Way
Abbotts.
too much information you two know.
And no, the Abbotts are nuts. They have like a perfume company or something. And then they had this one lady, and she's been 4 different people. Like
Jack
she's been
who?
no, she's been like one name, Victoria's.
Oh, okay.
No, it's that other lady. But she's like been 4 different people, and there was a big rumor that she was a transvestite. Did you ever hear that one, Amber?
Ashley.
Yes, Ashley. How'd you know?
I don't know.
Did you hear that she was a transvestite at one time? Yeah.
I like that they just switch people who play people. It'll be
That's what
like-
I mean. She's
It'll be
been
like
4 different people.
Bob is now being played by, and you'll be like,
That's
you mean
what-
they just switch him out?
That's what we're talking about. Ashley's been 4 different human beings.
That's so weird, isn't it?
Wow.
Because one of them was transvestite, and it went around, and everybody's like, "Oh no, she's transvestite." Yeah, I swear. Hey, Angie.
Yes.
And so, so they don't mind that you watch the soaps. It's all
No, as a matter of fact, I'll have the TV on, and I have a TV band radio I keep in my pocket, so I have a headphone, so the sound's not up, but the TV is on, and I'll be in the other room, and if I hear something happen, I'll just kind of glance over. But what's funny is those sexy scenes you're talking about. When my bosses walk through, they'll stop and watch.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
ooh,
that
who's
doesn't shock
that?
me really.
Yeah.
Now, Angie, 2 questions. First of all, do you think it makes you more angry at your husband, your life partner, whatever, because they're not like that, or it makes you more amorous? Wow, I'm a professional.
That was excellent.
That's
Yeah,
a big
thanks.
word.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was scary for me.
I don't think either. Neither or.
Well,
I think
hell,
it's just,
I lined up that whole question for
yeah.
nothing.
I know.
God.
Pick a side.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, we're gonna get the top 10 places that are the germiest, grossest places ever. Just that's why we're wiping down our phones and stuff.
Speaking of which,
Yes, my darling. It's
One of them,
Sam Rubin, by the way, KTLA
hi, you
superstar of the
guys.
world.
Hi,
Yeah,
Sam.
go ahead.
one of them may be Paris Hilton's Down Below.
Oh, her swimsuit area.
At least according to Elijah Blue Ullman, the son of Sharon Greg Ullman.
Yeah.
Apparently, he had a one-nighter with her, and quote-unquote, was so afraid that he might have picked up a sexually transmitted disease, he raced downstairs, grabbed a household cleaning product to pour over his own stuff
Genitalia.
to disinfect them.
Wow.
I think he might just
You know
be
what's
a
weird?
mean person.
He's my neighbor. I'm gonna look at him now, and like every time I see him, I'm gonna think of
And know that he's been Windexed.
Is he a handsome stud? Like, does it appear that he could have had her, I guess?
No.
No.
He just appears to be a regular looking guy. I mean,
That
he's
guy
not
who
like,
did the video with her wasn't particularly good looking.
I can't believe you guys are missing the real game, which is, what is it called? Shout? Like, what is the disinfectant?
Yeah, right.
used?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout is for stains on clothes.
Is it Windix?
And as Jamie and I well know,
Bam.
Zout is better than Shout.
Yes, Zout is better than
I'll
Shout.
call him
And
Old Comet.
For the baby, are you using Dreft?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to.
they suckered me into that.
Yeah, I
crap.
know. What is
Yeah.
that?
I don't know. It has that #1 pediatrician recommended.
Right.
So anything with that sticker on, I'm like, okay.
I know, it's like, maybe I need the #1 Peter recommended car.
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever they say, that, okay, like 4 out of 5 dentists.
I didn't believe it, but my wife made me up until like just recently. We're using Dreft for my 2-year-old.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just, it's a sucker
it's a
thing.
scam.
Is there kind of like a doctor's office waiting room music in the background?
No,
Yes.
it's a mellow guitar.
Yeah, it's soothing
Sam,
like a
it's
spa.
just soothing music for our
Do
discussion.
you need an exam though, Sam?
Did you have sex with Paris Hilton, Sam?
Anyway, her CD is being called a flop. 75,000 copies, and it's one of those things. Christina Aguilera had 320,000 copies. So by comparison to an established star, 75,000 isn't great. But for somebody who's never cut a record before, it's actually not a bad number.
Are you sure
What?
that's not a bad number?
75,000 your first week out is not a bad number.
Okay. All right. Hey, I'm not. I'm just asking. Are you sure? Okay.
And then lastly, do you know the actor Steven Weber?
Nope.
No.
You know him from Wings and a bunch of
Oh
shows.
yes, I do now.
Oh, you say Wings?
yeah,
we
now
pipe
the guy
right up.
from Wings.
Right. Anyway, he wrote a letter. I guess last week, the LA Times did a huge article on Paris in anticipation of her album. On Saturday, and this got kind of buried because, frankly, not a lot of people reading the letters section of the LA Times on a Saturday. But people responded like, how could you waste all this newsprint on her? Who cares? Who cares? And I wish I had it in front of me, and I'll bring it for you guys tomorrow. He wrote the most unbelievably ripping letter. It's like she's a waste of protoplasm.
Wow, he said protoplasm?
And he spelled it correctly, which is
spell check these days really doesn't
I
let
guess
you.
so. Yeah. Well.
I wonder if that is in the dictionary spell check.
I guess because the Wings season 3 DVD set come out, he's
Yeah.
kind of feeling a little high and mighty.
Yeah. Who is he, by the way, to all of a sudden pipe up about this?
Well, he was just saying that it's a bad example because the notion of fame over talent and how she is sort of sucking the air away from, and not just the air, I might add, away from.
Sam, that was blue.
There was enough of a distance to make it not.
I don't know.
Okay.
We don't do blue here, Sam.
I know we are not blue. All right, other stuff. Couples that are maybe not apart. Maybe Kate Hudson and Chris Robinson.
I'm
haven't
still
really-
hung up on Steven Weber. He should be writing letters about why people like that Tony Shalhoub guy and he keeps winning Emmys because I don't get that.
I don't know.
what
He's
was
very
really-
upset about
You know
Paris
what's,
Hilton.
you know how this? I'm trying to think of a good analogy, but like somebody who. It takes an hour to wash a car, detail a car, but if you really know what you're doing, you can detail a car in 40 minutes.
Where are you going, Sam?
It's taken me a while to get there, but when I do, you'll be pleased.
Okay, all right. I'll sit back and watch then.
Normally, it takes 5 days to shoot a sitcom. That's
Yes.
just
Okay.
generally. When Wings was like in season 6 and season 7, they did it in 3 days.
Wow. Hey, Wings trivia, everybody.
Wings.
With a little car washing on the side.
You don't get a lot of Wings trivia.
Wow. That's just plumb fun right there.
I
Hey, Stench is telling me something about Jennifer Aniston and Nike.
What about her?
Oh, he doesn't know about this.
They're saying that she's on the verge of cutting the biggest endorsement deal ever with Nike, and that it will be an international ad campaign. It will have a Super Bowl commercial, and that she gets to handle. I guess all Nike ads have a like charity attached to them.
Sure.
And they're going to give her 100% control of the charity portion. And she wants it to be cancer, and is trying to bring in her friend Sheryl Crow, who is a cancer survivor,
Right.
to be with her.
Now, how does the big fat guy know but you don't?
Well, there you are.
'Cause I'm-
He's talking with his friends in Beaverton
yes.
about that.
Where's Beaverton?
In Oregon.
Oregon.
Where
Oh,
Nike
Nike
is.
is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't know. Thought we were going for another funny
Yeah,
joke.
but that was kind of a good.
We don't do blue here, Sam.
I'm just wondering, did you guys have like a meeting about blueness?
Yeah, we always
Yeah.
have a meeting about blueness.
The only thing blue in this room is well, never mind.
I don't get it. See, that was okay because then I didn't get it, and
It
so it
was
wasn't really
fun.
blue.
How about the blushing red of love? Maybe Kate Hudson and Chris Robinson are not done. Some are saying they will be together over Labor Day weekend at the big California Speedway in Fontana watching the big NASCAR race.
There's a NASCAR race this weekend?
that is where
Yeah.
love is born.
Oh, by the way, NASCAR, we're like 2 races away from the, what is it, the hunt or the chase or whatever it is, where like the Nextel Cup is on.
Well, how come we didn't know
Chase.
about that? We always, I
There's
think,
always a NASCAR
I
race
bet
every
that
weekend.
Phil Metz or whatever got fired or something.
No, they don't need us anymore, NASCAR. It's big
Oh,
enough now.
all right.
Remember last year we had to beg for tickets, and this
Yeah.
year they don't even care.
Happened with Dr.
They-
Phil,
yeah.
too.
Exactly.
Did Dr. Phil leap Prague too?
Well, yeah, he used to be on our show all the time, and then one day he signed a deal, and
Yeah.
then we never saw him again.
We did that story a while ago. I still think it's a big story how Oprah did not show up to this son's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it
think
is.
she was invited, though?
I would
Yes.
imagine.
She owns him.
Now, what's going on with Tom Cruise? We hear that there's
Tom
some
Cruise
kinda-
has done a new deal, and it basically it's kind of complicated. Paramount used to give him money basically to run his office, and it's like, gee, if you come up with anything out of this office, we get first right of refusal, and that's what they were sort of fighting about. Cruz was saying, or Paramount was saying, it cost $10 million to run that office, and they only offered him $2 million to run the office. Well, now he's gotten a deal with some people you've never heard of. The guy who owns the Washington Redskins. His name is Daniel Snyder, a guy who works for Six Flags, and they've given him approximately $3 million a year to run an office. And so in the running course of that office, it's like, hey, I've got an idea. How about if Cruz is an astronaut? And then if that becomes a movie, people putting up the money get what they call first right of refusal.
Yep, and they can produce his new movies.
Oh, all right. Well, we didn't think he would be like sitting there for long.
No, I didn't think it was a big worry. Any more Emmy aftermath, or do we sort of not care? It was not the lowest rated Emmys ever.
Yay!
Oh, thank God. We didn't waste yesterday's show.
Yeah. Oh, no. So, okay, did Dana have any interesting insights that I did not offer?
Yeah, somebody fell down on the red carpet.
Tina
Fey fell down on the red carpet, and there was some other gossip. What was it? Oh, the Charlie's Angel chick telling her that there was going to be a reunion.
That's Jacqueline Smith.
Yeah. So that was it.
Okay.
Well, you just wanted to know what she said?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, and then the NBC
I thought he
apologizing.
had something.
No, I like that.
And NBC
They
did
didn't apologize for the plane crash.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't.
That really was dumb. I don't know why. I mean, it's the type of thing, if that had happened with it like an hour or two to spare, like, oh, we're locked, we're stuck. But that happened so long ago.
Yeah. I'm still uncomfortable with the whole plane crashes are funny thing, though.
Yeah, no, I've always been.
Yeah.
Exactly right. I think so. I think
It's
so
just
too.
Sam and
Which
I, our little
maybe
thing.
It's called Wednesdays on ABC. It's Lost. And they show a plane crash
I know,
every
but
week.
I
It's not
just-
funny, but
Right, but they don't go for funny. They go
Yeah.
for drama.
And
It's
you
just
know,
weird.
because of the Emmys, we didn't really talk about weekend box office at all, but that might be a reason why Snakes on a Plane has really petered out.
Sam,
or
Yes.
that it sucks.
we can't say petered because that's blue.
I'm sorry. You know what? To say sneaks and petered in the same sentence.
You can't
can
say
you book
snakes.
Can you book a chair for me in the conference room?
Yes, because you're going to be here, buddy. I'll tell you what. All right, Sam Rubin, everybody.
Yay!
Sam Rubin. Okie dokie. Now, we weren't even going to discuss this, and then all of a sudden, Jack and Stench flipped out because Brian, our new producer, who does not want to be called Big Gay Brian, which is a whole different Oprah,
Right.
because he doesn't like
he
it.
He wants to be manly.
I have
I
one
still
for
don't
him.
why don't you like Big Gay Brian? I mean, like, what was your thought? Why?
Well, first of all, it was partly a joke.
Talking to them.
Because he doesn't want to be perceived as fat and
Oh, so
pansy-like.
you don't mind Big Gay Brian?
He's butch.
No, I don't. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but I think we can get more creative.
I have a better one. If now that we realize he's a germaphobe too, Germamo.
Do you mind to be Germamo?
For the week. I'll go with that for the week. I think we have to change it weekly.
I like it, Germamo.
I
What were
like it
you,
too.
Jack? You had a question?
Oh no, I was trying to think of some. I like Germamo for
Well,
right
you
now.
know, you look like you're pooping when you're thinking.
Same basic results.
Because he was like this.
Yeah, he was.
He's trying to think of a name.
Yeah.
Concentrating. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
I like Germamo. I think that
I like Germamo, too. Germamo it is, Stench. You're the winner.
All right.
Yay.
Yay.
Very nice. Nice job. Germamo. Okay, so anyway, we weren't even planning this portion of the big show. But he started telling me all this stuff about like phones and computers were so dirty, and so we started cleaning our phones and stuff. And then Jack and Stench said that we were gay, and then it
Yeah.
was weird because he is.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys cleaning the phone's a little weird. I mean, there's dust on there, and we know that most dust is what is human dead skin or whatever
Yes.
it is. But
I just
you're
cleaned
fine.
off dead skin off our phone.
You just wiped
Gross.
Swami off the phone.
Here's the thing. I had a question. Can you all of a sudden get that disease where you want to clean stuff?
I think so because I don't think people who have it have had it their whole lives. A lot of people just all of a sudden start being
Yeah, we all eat
germ
dirt
freaks.
and boogers when we're little.
I think I'm starting to get the disease now. Like I kind of want it.
You want it? Well, good luck with the baby
Yeah.
because it's the hardest thing to do when you have a kid around.
Yeah, it snots in your face every couple
I
hours.
use way too much wet wipes. Can I just tell you all that I'm addicted to wet wipes because every time I change the baby, even if it's just potty, I wet wipe him.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Well, no, I mean not just his area, his genitalia. Then I get another
Oh,
wet
the
wipe.
whole baby?
Yeah, I get another wet wipe
Wow.
for his hands.
Wow.
Like he's wiping himself and you got to wash his hands afterwards?
Yeah, I wipe his hands off and I wipe his feet off, and then I use another wet wipe for his face and his neck. Because he has folds because he's fat.
That's
and
cute.
he gets like spilt milk in his neck creases.
Yeah, they get like neck cheese if you don't watch it.
He does have neck cheese.
You're like, whoa, gotta watch
and
those little folds.
Not only does he get neck cheese, but he gets neck cheese that collects lint.
Oh, nice.
But it's like that baby blue fuzzy lint from those little sleepers,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
it's kind of cute.
So the snowboarder's like, you go through too many wet wipes. I'm like, no.
You buy them by the case?
I
Yeah, you get
love
them at
wet
the
wipes.
case at
Yeah.
like Costco or
I wish I
Samsung.
could use the Clorox ones on him.
Oh, don't
weirdo.
But I know I can't.
Right. We use Pampers Sensitive.
But I know. Look at that, disinfecting wipes.
They're Clorox. That's bleach.
Yeah, that's bleach wipes.
You
That's
guys
for
have
like
bleach
We want to
wipes.
keep them white.
That's
Yeah.
like cleaning a countertop wipes.
guys
Those
are
aren't baby
crazy.
wipes.
That can't be good for any kind of skin. Putting
I know, but I
bleach on
gotta
it.
take the Turkish out of them.
No, but I mean not for the baby, but even for you guys. You guys are there wiping your hands with bleach wipes.
I don't know. I feel better.
All right.
I want to get it. I think I have it. All right.
I think you do.
I finally have something.
You don't have it.
I have it, Jack.
Here's
Let
the
me
problem.
have it.
You don't have it. You know why? I've been in your car.
Oh, yeah.
They
Wow,
will never.
That was mean. and
mean.
They will
hurtful.
never
Jack
convert
is
you.
mean.
When we have to try and identify what the food is underneath the seat
Wow. I only have In-N-Out fries in there today.
lately,
Yeah.
the mystery banana veal's
Oh,
gone.
do you know that they dehydrate into like banana chips?
It's like
Yeah.
jerky.
I finally figured out how they make banana chips. They just leave them in their cars. I know this for a fact, by the way. All right. One of the dirty places, by the way, and they just did this study and it just came out, is your steering wheel.
But those are your germs, so they're good.
There are 41,000. I bet, though, when you buy a used car or you go test
valet?
drive and,
I'm going to freak you out. What about when you valet?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. You know that guy standing around with a hot, itchy butt just scratching and digging. And then he gets in your car and drives off.
There are 41,600 germs on the average steering wheel, which is almost 3 times the amount of toilet seats.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you got to think your butt cheeks are probably pretty clean because they stay covered up.
It says 45% of us rarely clean our cars, and 5% of us are dirty slobs that never clean our cars out. Let alone nobody ever, it says they've done this study, and nobody really cleans their steering wheel. And what happens is if your hands are infected or whatever, or dirty,
Yeah.
then you go and you drive your car, and then you go home and you wash them maybe, but then the germs are still there.
And then you pick a winner.
Okay.
Put your hands back on the steering wheel.
I do have one problem with that. I've gone out to my car and the steering wheel has been so hot I can't touch it. I would think that would probably sterilize or kill the germs.
It doesn't say that, Jack, because even chlorine in swimming pools,
Right.
the crypto can survive for days, even in a properly disinfected swimming pool.
I do wonder about that at our condo pool.
I have all the
Sometimes I'm like,
information. You guys ask me anything about germs, I got all the information.
Okay, I know.
I am the germ.
I have a
whatever.
germ. Had a weird germ thing, but now they're like obsolete. But payphones back in the day,
Payphones.
they were disgusting.
How about
That didn't make my
How about
list.
trying on clothes at the store? You know, like when you go into the dressing room.
Either. Ask me
Yeah.
stuff that's
You
on my
said- You
list.
said
Yeah.
ask you anything.
Ask me anything that's on my list.
What's on your list?
The top 12 places that germs live.
Oh,
How
let's
about
hear.
that number 11?
Because apparently the ones that Jack and I are concerned with aren't in the top 12.